That's good. We're ready. All right, exciting day for
You
Tulane.
turn
Tulane
it down.
football. Honored for our team to
Turn it
be
down.
in
I'm
the
listening
college
to
football
Sumrall.
playoffs.
So I'm on Sumrall's Zoom.
Ready to get back to work and get ready to play another game. And really look forward to it. Great accomplishment to our guys, man. I've said this a lot. Good teams can be coach led. Great teams have to be player led. The player leadership of this team has really stepped up and grown as the year's gone. And thrilled to do this with them. And excited about the opportunity. So with that, we'll open up.
Third, going back to Oxford, coach, first thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm glad we're not. If I get to pick, I'm glad we're not having to fly across the country. Really good opponent. Obviously, they beat the stew out of us game one in this matchup. Week four. We didn't play very good. They played great. We got to play better. We need to give them a better game.
Coach, what changes though? Obviously, there's a massive change in Ole Miss. What's going to be different this time around? You have Lane's at LSU, Pete Golding's now the head coach. You expect things to be a little different this time around when you go there?
I think schematically they're going to be who they are, and the personnel they haven't lost any players. They lost, Lane won't be there. That has some impact to some degree, but I think Charlie Weiss Jr. has been calling plays, so it's not like they're changing offenses. Pete's going to call the defense. So I think probably the biggest thing that changes is just maybe some in-game decision making that you don't really have any evidence of because I hadn't seen Pete do it as a head coach. So how aggressive, how does he call maybe certain situations in a game? From a big picture standpoint as a head coach, I don't know. Won't really spend a ton of time thinking about that. We have to improve ourselves how we played from the first matchup. We played absolutely rotten, and we coached rotten in game one against them. We need to give them a better game.
With Pete obviously taking over and having to prepare for his defense, what would you say about just him as a coach?
Well, Pete FaceTimed me last night. So I was sitting in my house watching the ACC game and the Big Ten game. We're great friends. Have a good relationship with Pete. Known him a long time. Very happy for him. I'm proud of him. He's a really good football coach. He'll do a great job there as the head coach, and I'm really look. He does a great job of the defense. I think he's got a great football mind. So big picture stuff. I think they won't miss a beat. They're a really good football team. They got talent all over the field. They're gonna be well coached.
You said nothing changes with what Ole Miss is and who they are, but what's changed about Tulane since then?
Yeah, I would hope that we're mentally tougher than we were that first go. We didn't respond to some things right in that game. When you play a team like Ole Miss, they're gonna make some plays. Like they got dudes, and so for us, I think it's as much about not to be cliche, but like control the controllables. Like let's be where our feet are. Let's do our job better. We dropped a couple passes early in that game, had opportunities to convert on third downs. We didn't play our version of football, and so I think hopefully we're a better team. I feel like we're a better team than we were at that point. I think we're a little bit more consistent team right now. But we have a real challenge in our opponents, so we got to get ready to go.
Trinidad Chambliss killed you with his arms and his leg.
Yeah.
Not that that's unusual for him
Yeah.
this year, but what can you do better against him, and where have you improved in that area against a guy like that?
He's a handful, man. He's a really good football player. We were going in to play them week four. He had played the week before against Arkansas. And I'm like, this guy's different. Like he's crafty. He's got a skill set that is hard to defend. He can make all the throws. He's got great short area quickness. He gets the top end speed fast. He's instinctive as a runner. He sees the throw game well. He's got great touch on his passes. He's accurate. I just think he's a really good football player, and we have to play better. He's going to play good. He's a good player. We gotta play better.
And on the other side, Jake had by far his worst stats probably of his career. You mentioned the early drops. Receivers weren't able to get open. How much that was 1 month into his stats?
Yeah.
How much has that whole unit both improved since then?
Yeah, our rhythm and timing of the throw game wasn't great at that point. And then on top of that, I thought the Ole Miss secondary sort of choked our guys out a little bit. We didn't create enough separation. We have to do a better job. We got to help our guys maybe with some things. I think we will, but they did a really nice job of smothering us on the second and third level, their defense, when we were trying to get guys open. We weren't maybe quite in as good a rhythm throwing the football between the quarterback and the pass catchers. And we had a couple of drops in that game that weren't helpful. A team like this, if you go 3 and out a couple of times, man, it gets away from you real fast. So we've got to make sure we're able to maybe hold serve a little bit
No,
better.
but I found out where
We
you're
pretty much
playing.
knew you were in,
playing.
but to see the Tulane logo pop up and the
You'll
reaction
be
of your team
playing
and everyone
Georgia
around
in
here, just what does it
Chicago.
mean? And you talk about the leaders and the Bryce Bohannons and the Slim Spaney who have been here since they were 2 and 10 to stick with this program and now see where it's at. Just kind of what does it mean to you?
I'm so proud of those guys. You talk about Bryce and Slim, 2021, they're true freshmen on a 2 and 10 team. And now they've had I don't know, I think 42 or 43 wins in 4 years and getting ready to go play in the CFP. And like, wow, how cool is that for those guys? And a testament to their leadership because they've been a part of the culture that's really shifted this program in the right direction.
Right.
And I was reflecting today, this morning, I had a chance to kind of like reflect back. It's been almost 2 years ago to the day where I stood in the same room and I said, hey, we're going to go to the college football playoff. And so for us to do that in 2 years is pretty cool, especially with all the roster turnover we've had. Well, we've got some consistency like Slim and Bryce. There's a lot of pieces that weren't on that team when I said that at that time that are here that have bought into the vision and made it happen because we've got great player leadership. And so just fired up to see our guys have this opportunity.
To that point, how much do you cherish these moments?
Man, I'm taking all this in. Like, I am really more present right now. Like I'm not looking at my phone. If people have texted me, congrats on championship, congrats on what's going to happen for me in 2026, those sort of things. Like I still have not answered like 300 of them. Because I had like 1,000 of them. And so anybody that I haven't gotten back to, I'm sorry. It's because I'm trying to be in the moment. I'm trying to take it all in. And I'm very, very grateful I get to be where I'm at right now. The fact I'm getting to walk through this with these guys, it means the world to me.
Not that you have a lot of control over it, John, but 2 weeks now, you have 2 weeks before the game, right?
Yeah.
So how does the schedule change for you for that?
Yeah. So our guys, they still take classes here in college. And so we have finals this week. So yeah, we got finals in the morning. We have several finals this week. So the academic component this week is finals week here. So because of that, the guys will do some player-led lifting. They're going to do some player-led meetings. Coaches will not lead them. Letting the players lead them. They'll have some coaches' notes maybe for the meetings, but I'm going to let the players lead this team for a few days. The coaches are all going to be here. I've got to go get on a plane to go to Gainesville for a couple of days this evening to go handle some stuff there. But the players are going to lead the team for 4 days. And that's what they need to do. Their bodies also need a break. And so they're going to lift, they're going to meet, they're going to do a few things. We'll do some player-led walkthroughs. They'll be the coaches for a couple of days. The coaches will all be here in place, but treat it like almost like a bye. I'm not a huge fan of like preparing 2 weeks for one game. I like to treat the game like a game. And our guys have a really good feel and flow for like what our battle rhythms of game prep are. So Friday they'll be off. And then Saturday we'll come in and we'll get to work on the next game.
Is anybody new for these guys? The
Yeah,
fact
let's
that
go about
they
it.
get to be part of the first team in program history because like no one sees how hard they work more than you. How happy are you for them that they get to be the first team in program history to be in the CFP?
Yeah, I'm very happy they're getting rewarded for all their hard work. They've done everything we've asked of them. As you talked about, I got asked about taking all this in and cherishing this. When it was here and it come up on the screen, I was kind of like looking out in the crowd. Like I wanted to watch our guys' reaction. Like I knew what was coming up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need to see the screen. I want to see our players. I want to see their response and to see the joy on their faces, to see the celebration. I told my wife, I said, I don't think I'm going to cheer. I'm just going to watch everybody. Like I already know what's going to happen today. I just want to watch everybody else celebrate. And so that's fun for me to be able to watch. Our guys have gone through so much, given so much to put themselves in a position to have the success. Man, it's so fun to watch.
John, the fact that you've spoken so much about the player leadership of this team, how grateful and beneficial is it for you that even though you have to wear 2 hats, you can trust these guys to take care of the program while you're gone?
Yeah, we talk a lot in our program about what leadership looks like, and I define it in 4 different levels. The 4th level is develop other people to be leaders. And so our leadership group in our locker room of our players and our team they're in that stage of, man,
December.
they're not just leaving their legacy of playing the CFP. They're also leaving a legacy of like, man, they have to develop other guys to be leaders like they are. So it's not okay for Sam Howard and Bryce Bohannon to just lead. What they're called to do now is develop the guys underneath them to learn how they need to lead when they're gone and develop them to be leaders. And so I love empowering our team and letting them it's their team. I've told them that from the jump. This is not my team. This is this is their team.
December 20th
I'm going to coach a team
at
every
2:30.
year for a long time, hopefully.
Yeah.
This is not my team. This is the players' team. I'm fired up to watch them lead this week and really embrace what's in front of them.
TNT.
Obviously, you knew Ole Miss was a possibility in terms of a window of teams that
Yeah.
were sitting there in the rankings. Would you rather play a team that you faced already as opposed to going somewhere totally new? And then in terms of putting a schedule together, was there somebody you confided in and leaned on that maybe went through this last year and been through it in other, other
Yeah.
types of scenarios to establish a schedule?
So the first question, I think, our players are going to at least be familiar with, like, when we walk into the locker room at Oxford, it's going to be pink, right? There's going to be some things that are going to be different. The unique things about the place you're going into, which there's something nice about that. And then I'd say the second part, yeah, I've studied and talked to people for the last year, really about like maybe almost 2 years, what that looks like of when you go through these situations in regards to having maybe a bye week before a big game. And so I kind of have looked into what other people have done and researched what's good for our players' bodies. I think you also have to consider, we're getting ready to play our 14th game. And so while the work needs to be the work to get ready for the game, you can also overdo it at this point physically. So we'll be like next Tuesdays, or depending on what day we play, we still haven't heard that. I don't know. Y'all may know. I don't know.
It's Saturday at 3:30.
So, yeah. So next Tuesday's practice will be physical. Like we're going to pop pads because that's what we do here.
The 20th is
Now,
this
are we going to pop pads
Saturday?
for 2 hours? Now we're going to pop pads and get physical for, a portion of practice, because I think you have to keep your tools
Saturday,
sharp.
yes.
If you don't practice with the right physicality, you got no chance of playing with physicality.
Is the playoff schedule the same exactly as the regular season? Like you'd go up the day before the game? Is it?
Yeah. So I had worked on that. If we were going to Oregon, we were going to leave 2 days ahead. Going to Oxford, we'll go probably a day ahead. Just normal road trip.
How much does familiarity in that environment help when it comes to the rematch?
Yeah. For our players, I think, like I said, they're going to know the locker room. They're going to know the tunnel we go out. They're going to know the pregame and which end we're on. So I don't have to cover all that. Usually I have to cover all that on a road trip. Like, hey, this is the layout of the field. This is where the locker room is. I do that on my Thursday or my Friday, my Thursday meeting each week. So our guys understand the environment we're walking into and the layout of the field. And if you have to go across the other team to get to your sideline or you don't. So I shouldn't have to talk about that because we've already done it. I'll hit on it, but it won't be quite as long.
I never asked you, did it work out at Temple to take the team to the field the night
We
before
did.
the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. I don't know if it will
Mhm.
on this one. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, at Temple, we landed, went straight from the airport, went to the link, and then went to the hotel.
I know this game is the main priority, but the winner of this game will go to the Sugar Bowl. Do you find that to be cool as well? You know what I mean? It could be here.
Yeah, that would be cool. It won't be cool if we get our ass beat.
Yeah.
So we got our ass beat last time we played Ole Miss. I don't want to get our ass beat. I want to go play good. And if we can play good, we get to the other side of it, then that would be cool. But what would not be cool is getting our ass beat again.
Good deal.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.